As the energy of the new moon in Cancer is upon us, we are entering a new phase in our lives. Whether it's a major shift in our vibration, a new beginning, or even a change in our own perspective. This is going to be a very, very important time that will affect all of us individually as well as collectively. Stay tuned for the latest moon card reading, and we'll get into it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome back to the Pixie Palace. And here we are again with another moon card reading. We are in the new moon in Cancer, July 10th, 2021. I almost wanted to say 2011 for some reason. So I'm having a cup of Java and I'm doing this card reading a little bit earlier than usual. I've been feeling the energies and really wanted to dive into this card reading and see what the new moon in Cancer has in store for us. I know that we are going to be effective collectively as well as individually, like I said earlier. And the reason why that is, the world is shifting as we all are. The energy is changing. A lot of untruths are coming out. The dark is coming into the light. And it's really, really an interesting time that we all live in. And how we react to the worldly happenings really has an impact on our own individual lives. So in this reading, it's going to show us a little bit of a different energy I'm feeling, because it won't just affect you, the viewer, but it'll affect all of us collectively. So let's get into it and see what the reading has to tell us. So what I'm going to do is actually shuffle the cards. I've already shuffled them, but I like to be transparent so that way you guys can see me doing it. And I've already cleared the energy from the last reading, so that way everything coming out of this will be up to date, so to speak, to put it in layman's terms. So, alright, let's give it one more shuffle, and let's get to it. Okay, so. Wow, I really resonate with these cards already. Okay, I'm going to push this back a little bit so I have some room. Okay, the first card is Full Moon in Leo. Don't let pride get in your way. And this really speaks to me personally as well. Don't let pride get in your way. And this is basically saying, don't let your ego limit you. Don't let your ego have the driver's seat. We're human. We do have our pride. We do have our ego that tends to dominate our actions or reactions at times. And this is normal. However, when we allow it to steer the course the whole time, this is where it trips us up. And what I mean by that is, if there's a situation you're in or a relationship you're involved in that you have not fully committed to because of your ego, you think you know better than everybody else, or you're allowing yourself not to be open to other ideas or other perspectives, or maybe you're actually self-limiting yourself, thinking, oh, I don't need to deal with that, so I'll just keep doing what I'm doing. And it could be a whole variety of things. It's whatever resonates for you personally. But when we allow our ego to always have the driver's seat, we really miss out on life's beautiful things. And we pretty much kill whatever is trying to blossom in the relationship or the situation. So when we allow ourselves to take the observer mode a little more often and basically get over ourselves a little bit, then that opens doors for new revelations, and it also allows the relationship to flow in more of a synchronistic way. I'm one, sometimes I don't know when to ask for help, and I'm very prideful when it comes to that because I'm a fiercely independent person. So sometimes I don't know when to ask for help. And asking for help is actually a strength, not a weakness. And while I logically know this, sometimes I forget to really apply that. So that's another example as well. If you are prideful in doing things on your own, that's great to a certain extent. But when you don't allow yourself to receive help that maybe the universe is sending to you through someone else or through a situation, then you're really missing out. And you could be actually limiting your growth and limiting the good things and you could be limiting yourself, and you could also be limiting the things that are trying to blossom in your life. I know I'm repeating a lot of words, but some of these words are actually meant to be repeated. So the next time you're noticing your ego taking charge, allow yourself to step back for a minute. Take a breath. Just be. And try to look at the situation from observer mode. Or better yet, keep yourself open to that other person's perspective. See what it would be like if you didn't react in the way you normally react. Try a different way of approaching things. Try not to come from a self-centered perspective. And I don't mean that you're a bad person, and that, I mean, we all do this. It's nothing to do with you being bad. It's just a matter of being more mindful of how we react to things and how we allow the ego to get in the way too much. So the second one is balance spirituality and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. So balance is key right now. You might be struggling in life in general, especially if you're very spiritual, like myself. It's very easy to get caught up in the spiritual aspect of your lives. And to a point, it's a good thing because it really reminds you of our physical reality is not all there is. It's good to have faith. It's good to practice a meditation or practice mindfulness or even just practice the good things that come with spirituality that make you the best version of yourself at that time. But there's also the practicality part. We still need to pay bills. We still need to work. We still need to clean the house, run errands, build those relationships, and just everyday life. And sometimes we forget to really remember that when we have our head up in the clouds and are lost in our spirituality. And this is only for some people. Some people, especially if you're new to your spiritual journey, it's very easy to get caught up in wanting to forget about the physical reality and think of a 5D reality, which is a spiritual dimension. So while it's good to have that spiritual awareness and to continually work on that and grow within yourself, it's also good to remember that we are here in the physical realm for a reason. We are here to have the human experience, to learn the lessons that we need to learn. And everyday life is a physical reality. That is why we're here. We're here to experience the ups and downs of life, the roller coaster of emotions. And this is how we grow into the better versions of ourselves ultimately. So just remember to find that balance. Find a time to practice your spirituality. Integrate it in certain parts of your life. But don't forget yourself as well. Don't forget your physical responsibilities. Don't forget the relationships that bring you joy, but that you always need to work on. Because any relationship takes constant work. It always takes work for a relationship to keep it alive. Remember to work as well as you can on your job, your career. Take care of others. Take care of yourself. Get the sleep that you need. Keep hydrated. Eat right. Enjoy those little fun things too. Enjoy your movies. Enjoy your books and your music and that junk food once in a while. I'm sorry. You can be as spiritual as you want, but sometimes you just want that Chick-fil-A. Do I hear a heck yeah? Okay. I'm sorry. It had to be said. And if you feel ungrounded or out of balance, there's obviously a reason for that. So take a look, maybe journal or meditate or whatever brings you insight within. Do that and see where that started and how you can kind of correct that and make things a little more even. And when you're balanced, you can show up for yourself more, and you can show up for others as well. Okay, and the third one is very, very interesting. What do you need to release? Waning moon. This is another thing I'm going through right now. This is why this whole reading has hit home for me personally. And I'm sure it's going to hit home with a lot of others as well. What do you need to release? This time frame is the time to really get real with yourself. I'm not saying it's going to be easy, but it needs to be done. A lot of us are hanging on to things that no longer serve us. I'm feeling, especially with relationships right now. And it doesn't have to be romantic relationships. It can be friends, family, even coworkers, what have you. Now, it doesn't mean you have to totally release the relationship itself. Well, with some of you, that may be the case. It might also be releasing a perspective you had about the relationship, or releasing a certain pattern that you have through the thread of it. It could be maybe when you fight, you don't fight constructively, you fight dirty, you fight by insulting each other, and maybe while you make up, it's always there. The hurt is always there. So you never really work on that. You just keep going forward, and after a while, it's like a snowball effect that will actually come to head eventually down the line. So it could be something like that. It could be maybe a certain way of living. Maybe you need to have a move. It could be a lot of different things. It really is whatever you have not faced right now. It might be something, you logically know you need to face this and work on this and release it, but you really haven't done the work yet. And I'm kind of dealing with something like that right now. I'm at a crossroads with a relationship at the moment, and I'm kind of at a crossroads with a situation, so I'm kind of waiting right now while I'm doing the inner work and seeing what I need to release from it. And it's really, really interesting because my perspective is starting to change just by doing the inner work. I'm starting to not be as affected by what's going on. I'm not really blaming myself as much as I was, because I don't know what's going on the other end. And that might be also another type of release you need. And it really is a rite of passage. When you face what you need to release, you allow yourself to feel the emotions. You allow yourself to go through it and really acknowledge it and just sit with it, undistracted, and let it go. That will change everything. You might not physically see the change right away, but you'll feel it, and things will start to come to fruition. And it's a really interesting shift, because there are times I've had to do this in my life, and I didn't notice anything, and I thought, nothing happened, but I knew I truly let it go, even subconsciously, and that's where it all lies, subconsciously. That's when I started seeing good things happen in small ways, and then it started taking that snowball effect. So really just have faith in yourself. Have faith that you can get through this. Everybody has a different timetable. Everybody has a different way of doing it. But when you do release what's no longer serving you, you'll allow the new things and the better things to come in. And not too long after that, you'll start feeling happier. And it's not a happiness like, if I get this thing and I'll be happy then. You'll just be happy with how the present moment is. You'll allow yourself to be in the present, be more grounded, showing up for yourself, having that inner happiness within. Even if it's just a little bit, it can be enough to change everything in your outer reality. So thank you for joining me on this video. It has been quite eye-opening for me personally, and I hope it was for you as well. Let me know which card really resonated for you in the comments below. I would love to start a conversation with you. And thank you for all the likes and subscribes. It really helps my channel grow. And more importantly, it's great to have you along for the journey and in this Pixie Pose community. And until the next time, to know thyself is to know thy truth. Namaste.